Hi, this is Karen from the Wooddale Library. I miss all of you and hope to see you soon in person or at least on Zoom. This is my first podcast. It's called Love in the Time of Corona. So, is there such a thing as too much togetherness? Now that we've been sheltering at home since March, we are constantly seeing on TV how families are enjoying their days and nights together, using their creative powers and getting to know each other better. These are usually very fun to watch. Unfortunately, we are also reading about the rise in domestic abuse and wonder how many families can withstand this new age. We hear about those who live alone or rely on phone calls, email, and Zoom meetings. Which is better, to be trapped alone or to be trapped with the persons you should appreciate the most? My husband and I will celebrate our 47th wedding anniversary this coming July and are mostly sequestered in our house and yard together, except for trips to the grocery store, the occasional visit to our grandchildren's house where we self-distance, or, now that it's possible, a round of golf for Tom. The daily patterns have evolved. We started out by taking 7 to 8 mile walks together. Now they're shorter and often done individually. We go to our separate corners to read or work on projects, but we always prepare and enjoy an evening meal together, followed by a selection from Hoopla or some other online viewing service. All this isolation takes us back to our Peace Corps days when we lived through long, dark nights with little outside entertainment. Just today, Tom suggested that we resume our cribbage games from 1970s. Hoopla is my hero. I started looking for books and movies on the topic of marriage and relationships and chose a few. There are many available. The first choice was The Queen's Marriage by Lady Colin Campbell. This is an ebook. If you are a follower of the British royals, you probably know that Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip have been married since 1947 and have had lots of trials, mostly publicly exposed. This recent nonfiction work takes the reader through their decades of resilience and triumphs. I saw on television that they are now living in a castle with protective walls. Way to self-isolate. My second choice is called Marriage Illustrated with Crappy Pictures by Amber Dusick. This is an ebook filled with comical drawings similar to those found in the Wimpy Kid series. Each short chapter takes a particular challenge of living with another person. Hygiene and money are two topics. The Marriage Test is an audiobook by Jill Andres. In this book, a modern couple gives themselves 40 challenges simulating possible occurrences in an actual marriage. Are Jill and Brooke strong enough for the real thing? American Marriage by Tyori Jones is an ebook and also available on audio. This suspenseful novel, selected by Oprah, features newlyweds whose marriage is put to the test due to an unfortunate racially charged situation. This book was a bestseller and was very well reviewed. The last book I chose is Marriage of Inconvenience by Debbie McComber. This popular, familiar, gentle romance writer brings us the first in a trilogy. Two longtime friends decide to make a change in their relationship when one of them hears her biological clock ticking. Should they get married? And can they still be friends if they do? Finally, one of the many classic movies on Hoopla is the original version of Yours, Mine, and Ours, starring Henry Fonda and Lucille Ball. This couple blends a family of 18 children, and I believe it's based on a real family. Lucky for them, there was not a pandemic. Hoopla, Access 360, Libby, and other downloadable services available with your Wooddale Library card offer so many books, comical and serious, fiction and nonfiction, about romance, relationships, and marriage. You are paired with an appropriate read and can also find fulfillment in personal relationships at this weird and challenging time.